What's going on, guys? Just adjust the sound a little bit. Oh, that sounds alright.
You want to break the law, you deal with me. You're not going anywhere.
2,000, I'm not paying that. Quickly, over the top. I need to change those buttons over. I've got Wrecking Blow on. Mind you, I've got the stun. Yeah, I've got the stun there, so that's alright. Welcome everyone to the stream. I'm back on PC and A. I've got the Undaunted line, I think I have. No Vampire as well, this is going to be dodgy. Hopefully it'll be alright. I actually want to use this set again, Brightheart. It's a really great set. So when you deal critical damage, so if you're on a crit build, you're going to get quite a bit of weapon and spell damage, but also, while this effect is active, your critical strike's going to heal you as well. So if you're running a high max stamina or magicka plus crit, then that's going to be a very strong set. Inferno staff. Right, fast rider. No BGs today. I've got the duelist rebuff on. Yeah, probably gonna need that. Oh, why have I got such little champion points? Need some more. Yeah, so ideally I wanted the vampire on, but it was sort of getting... I knew that was going to happen. As soon as I go to Cyrodiil, BG time. But yeah, I wanted to have vampire on ideally. I've got the major protections, but it's just going to ruin like the look of the character. As the vampire is getting on my nerves. I wish there was a way to cover it. There is a couple of skins that cover it a little bit. But I haven't got them on PC. Which is the best one. The amber plasm's not bad. That does cover it. What is those body markings about? But ideally, the Iridium Purified. Yeah, that's a good one to cover the vampire. Vampire removal. So yeah, we're not running vampire. What's the pen not? The pen's not bad, but we've got the using the onslaught. Ignores target resistance. Yeah. Right, let's see how we do then. I think the resistances are pretty good. Oh, I think he's just getting wiped. Couldn't break free there. Look at that Northern Storm, 20k. What the hell? Definitely the best ult in the game. Yeah, I've got skills not firing here. Oh, I didn't get the kill there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. People be hitting hard today. You can definitely feel the vampires not on. Damn, that's some crazy hard hitting Northern Storm. Don't normally see the numbers that high, but yeah, I think I'm lacking a bit of critical resistance. Where's the players? Why do people keep doing this? There's still players that do this. Just drop down. We've lost. Give up. It's over. You should just pull them off the wall. There you go. But yeah, you can half feel it when you take that vampire off. It's really noticeable. And I've got the major protection and the minor protection as well. But yeah, you really do notice it. But yeah, I ain't got much crit resistance, to be fair. You have to play really defensively. I mean, the Templar has got quite a lot of defensive skills. But yeah, I'm going off the talk a little bit. I just don't think it gives you even that 15% damage reduction. It's just like, where is it? I'll just play healer, yeah. Doing a little bit better. Oh, here comes that Northern Storm. The second that's activated, it's just gone. What? How did he survive that beam? I think he must have broke the beam. It's a little bit better. How does he survive in this? Oh, I got him. I helped kill him. That looked like a kill for me there. Yeah, just playing a little bit more defensively. Like I said, you just got to bear in mind you ain't got that vampire on. So yeah, like you've really got to be careful. Like the talk definitely helps, I suppose, but like yeah, it's almost you wouldn't believe it's even there. But like I said, the crit is low, admittedly. So well, I'm definitely doing a bit better now. Definitely doing a bit better. Oh, we've won the round, sweet. So yeah, you can play with that vampire. Just got to, yeah, just be more defensive. But like I said, I do have the talk does help. The 15%, yeah, reduce your damage taken. So essentially that is, you know, your vampire, you know. Because I've actually got werewolf on this build, I think, yeah. Oh, that northern storm's coming in. Why is it just going down? I'm healing him, he's just going down, he's just taking so much. Oh no, wait, that was not my plan. Oh my god. What am I doing? Well, it's actually a close deathmatch. Nice to have a close deathmatch, isn't it? The first round we got ripped up, but the second round we won just about. And this one's very close and all. So everyone's just playing defence now. How did he hang on there? It's unbelievable they managed to hang on, but I think once you get far enough away, it does break the beam, I think. Or of course it can be broke by like, you know, an obstacle or something. Yeah, just providing those heals is really helping out. Yeah, everyone's just playing proper defence. Right, we're going down, we're losing. Just playing too defensively now. Just getting hit by everyone. It's because our players are not dropping down, so that's made us lose, basically. Why is no one dropping down? It's like just a death sentence. I'm just tanking everyone. I'll give up with this one. If they're not dropping down, it's pointless. I've got a few kills though, so can't mind too much. But yeah, I need some more critical resistance. Just basically need to buy heavy impenetrable. I mean, it's not like I've got no impenetrable on. That's impenetrable. Well, they might be better. How's it going, mate? Yeah, not too bad. Just on the Templar PvP. I'm trying to play no vampire, and you can definitely notice it's noticeable when you don't play vampire. I just didn't want to do vampire, as it just ruins the look of your characters and stuff. Unless you've got that skin, of course. The purified one does remove a lot of it. So I'm trying to run without vamp. The sustain's definitely a lot better. You can really tank a lot of stuff. But it's just when you go front bar. The major protection there is nice. And I've also got on here. That really carries you. That healing ult. I use that more than the front one, to be fair. Just trying to find the just a way to push the crit resistance up. It just feels a bit squishy still. I don't really want to drop the stat bars. Recoveries are okay. I mean, the resistances are there. It's just, yeah, it's just a crit. So go on. What have I got then? I don't want to go more. It's that Divines one I want to swap out for just a bit more crit resistance. So let's go shopping. And yeah, this is all, bear in mind, barely no CP as well. Oh, you know what? Just, I'll pay that. So I want heavy. It's got apparel. So this is the good thing about Talk. I'm not looking for specific stuff. I just literally need that in heavy. Don't really need more impenetrable. Yes, I do. $25k, that's a bit dear, isn't it? Remember, you're on PC. There we go, that'll do. You're running a similar build on my Templar right now. Yeah, like sort of two-handed sort of stamina based a little bit at the front. Well, admittedly there's only 2 stamina skills. I've got the onslaught for the pen. But I've got pen anyway, it's not like I'm lacking the pen. So yeah, the talk does work very well. I think it's just a vampire. It's definitely, if you had that, you would definitely be much tankier. But that ain't bad. I like the stat bars. The health is a little bit on the low side. I'd like it a teeny bit higher. Right, so let's put that piece on. So I had the war part, yeah, so we have that on. That's going to give me a little bit more health. A bit more crit. So let's check out the defense numbers. That's pretty solid. The recoveries are solid. The damage is solid. The only thing that's lacking on this build, I think, is the crit damage. I could chuck the shadow on if I change the food for more. But the stamina's going to drop down quite a bit. I'm not a fan of tiny bars. Like, I know there's a lot of players that can work with like 18k on stamina and magicka, and even below that. Which you can, I think, but you just have to be really careful. Like, if you're button mashing like me a little bit, then, you know, you accidentally press too many wrong buttons. It just, you know, if you're perfect, like if you're really good high end and perfect, you can get away with that, you know, and go to the smoke bear haunch. Let's just chuck it. Should I chuck it on and see? If I had that on, yeah, the stamina is really low. I mean, the resistances would be crazy, to be fair. I know the resistances will be good. Let's check out those resistances quickly. Look at that. That is insane. But yeah, I just can't work with them low bars. Is anyone else like that? I'm running a similar bit, but yeah, Templar, yeah. I've got cost reduction, to be fair, because I'm running a Breton. If I could just push the stamina up a teeny bit more. If I got that to 19k, then I'd be happy. And I could take the Serpent off and put crit damage on. But yeah, like I said, I'm just not a fan of having really tiny bars. Until you're like really good with a build, then you can get away with it. Anyway, let's go into another. We made a few tweaks. I know the spell critical looks low, but we're using the Vampire's Bane. That act, when you hit that, that activates. So everything is solid. So that's Q. Yeah, the CP is still low. I do need to get that up a bit. Let's just hit a few enemies. It is nice not running the Vampire though, because I mean, like at the end of the day, it does eat into your sustain a lot. The Healing Whisperer, always streaming on Twitch. Well, I like the skin's good. I've got no skins on PC. Only got about one. But yeah, this build is not so... It is very support focused as well, which is what I like about it with Templars. It's that, then hit. I'm just having things not firing at the moment. I think it's... Maybe they're dueling. Try and get a bit some distance. Don't know, just, I even had it in the BGs, it was things... Bar swapping's looking a bit clunky. Yep, that Vampire's Bane is not triggering when I'm pressing it. That's better. I mean, the spell damage is nice and high. You're going to be getting some good numbers there. What's the enchant we got on the... I've got the weapon damage enchant. Well, weapon damage on both? That's probably not ideal. Applies creeping, ravage, health and hindrance to your target, dealing points damage and reducing their movement speed. The unstoppable one drains health, drains stamina. They're quite nice. The poison, so I'm probably going to run a poison. Got the lethal double dot poisons, is nice. I think I'll put the unstoppable on. They was upset players, didn't they? So it breaks you free from ongoing crowd control effects. So these are brilliant when you're fighting against Dragon Knights. You know, you're being CC'd a lot. Or Arcanists, so they're really great against them. It's going to drain the health from your target. It's going to deal poison damage and restore health to you. And also drain stamina as well. So that's really going to hinder players by 10%. And it's also going to give you stamina back. So they're very strong potions. Right, if I go into Cyrodiil, is it going to come up? Another BG. So I bet it will. But yeah, it's just trying to break away from that Vampire. It's definitely not easy. But if you do want to break away from Vampire and you're feeling squishy, yeah, I would definitely recommend the Talk. It does alleviate somewhat the Undeath passive, because of course that's 15, and then this is going to replace that essentially. So I think if you don't want to go Vamp, Talk is definitely a great way to go. Wow, look at all those. Makes you want to go farming. Right, so blue's looking good on no CP. Let me know if the audio and the stream is okay, guys. Should be alright. So yeah, with the CP disabled, so this is, bear in mind all these stats, guys, yeah, this is with no CP, so it will look a little bit weaker. So the crit is low. Resistances are still holding there, which is very nice. You know, the damage is no worries. Spell crit, I think, is around 28, so that's fine. The pen's fine. Sustain, everything's fine, really, so it's just me. I'm just not playing great. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've been on Templar. But yeah, I'm just feeling Templar at the moment. But I've been playing so many different things. I really need to stick to something just for like a couple of weeks. I think this might be the build I'm going to stick with for a while. I've got a few builds I want to release as well, but I've already got the footage for those. It's just a matter of me uploading it for you guys, and then I'll just release those. But yeah, I think I might play this for quite a while, hopefully. We've got domination. I don't think I've ever had domination on this map. So yeah, that definitely works. Like, yeah, no vamp, just run the talk. It does obviously offset the vampire, but again, would the build be better if you added vampire to it and get that, you know, another 15% on top? Probably. That is the thing, you know. It's not essential. It's just nice to have. I know where that skin is as well. I would like to get that skin. I've got it on the Xbox, of course, because that would be ideal. And then you can just chuck that. It's Depths of Malatar, that's not too bad. I do know that dungeon quite well. How's everyone doing today, guys? How you finding update 45 so far? I'm just about, I'm 6 CP away from that 1,000 mark. I'm definitely getting there with the CP. That's why I'm mainly doing BGs, and then I don't know what the soft cap is. I think it's 1,300, and then you got pretty much full CP. Because I need the full CP. I need every help I can get. We're getting the players. We're missing one on our team. Oh, it's just one. So, I mean, yeah, the talk is really great. You know, I love the recoveries. I love the damage. Not that you really need it on the Templar. And just the damage reduction. So, I might do a video on this actually, to be fair. I've just thought of an idea. Run this if you don't want Vamp. That could be a good video. Because essentially, that's exactly what it's doing. Are we going to get that last player, maybe? But yeah, after this I might go into just the no CP Cyrodiil Raven Watch. Not enough players, the battleground will close. Great. That was good, wasn't it, guys? Right, let's go into Cyrodiil. You know what, I'm not going to queue for a while. See what Raven Watch is all about. No CP. I mean, I definitely could drop the Wrecking Blow, or say the Puncturing Strikes is great. I just wanted to run a two-handed skill. Forward momentum, yeah, I mean you could run Rally as well. But the immunity from snares is great. I'm not even going to the bridge. Aragorn looked nice. Yeah, I think I pretty much nailed it. I didn't think I was actually going to get that close to what he actually looks like, but I think that's pretty good. I could have added a bit more age maybe. He looks a bit too youthful, but I think I've done that pretty well. I was with a Breton as well. I knew Breton was going to be the best one. I did look at Imperial, but I think they got like a harder looking face. So yeah, Breton always works quite well. I know the armour needs work. I'm sort of a bit limited on the armour, so I just had to work with what I had. Don't have a lot of styles. That looks really good though, yeah. I was actually surprised because the character creation is not really that great, you know, by today's standards compared to other games. So you are very limited. But yeah, it did come out pretty well. I was actually quite shocked. It come out that good. Mobility, I think in Cyrodiil could be better as well. I've got tripling view, so you could run a Swift on this just to boost the movement speed because there's not a lot of medium on the build. Just trying to sort of get used to all the buttons and stuff. Yeah, like I said, in the right hands, this build could be really, really good. I'm trying to get talk, but being a week, I only need 2 more leads from it. It takes forever. Yeah, it's just I would say, like I said, the reason the talk is just so great is just it depends on what you have on your account as well. But the 2 big points I would say that's great about the talk is that it's great for players that don't have a lot of sets. So I don't have a lot of sets on PC. I'm very limited. Do I want to farm tons of sets? Not really. I'll buy the odd set. So if you're a person that's not really got a lot of sets, then of course the talk is great for that. And another great point is if you don't want to play Vampire, you know, Vampire gives you 15% damage reduction with the Undeath, and of course the talk does exactly the same. So putting this on effectively eradicates the need for Vampire. That's what I like it so much, and the damage is just insane. But like I said, you can always put Vampire on top of it and then go that step further with the tankiness. So it's a great mythic to have if you don't have tons of sets. Is it the most optimal? I know it's not. I don't think it is. For raw damage, it is very good. But you always sort of feel like, you know, rally cry back bar, deadly front bar if you're using jabs, or, you know, wretched. It's effectively, I mean, effectively talk is it's wretched vitality with clever alchemist all chucked into one. What's with the 50 bajillion notification things in my box all a few minutes apart from this stream? Literally spam my box. Oh, I have no idea, mate. Let's just quickly check on my channel. Like 5 of them. Yeah, I was having trouble with the streaming. I had to completely reinstall OBS because Streamlabs was just mucking everything up, and I just couldn't even get it to stream. I'd done start streaming, it just came out like error, but it was still coming up as a notification. I thought, for God's sake. So I had to just completely wipe it. I thought, you know what, I'm not doing this Streamlabs or Stream Elements. So yeah, I just had to redo everything. So hopefully it won't happen again. It's because I've been tinkering with OBS too much and I'm not doing it anymore. Trying to multi-stream and do all this crazy stuff. I'll keep things simple. Oh, we did capture it. Any players on here then? Let's go for a BG. It's not enough action for me. I was looking for a good Templar build. Yeah, this is I don't think there's really any faults with this build, to be honest. Like I said, maybe the mobility, you could chuck on a bit more medium. I've gone a bit OP with the damage, so you could chuck on a Swift or two. You could also run this Sigic line. You could run the Accelerate, race against time, have a bit more crit damage. So that's the only that's the only thing I'd say this build is lacking, just a little bit of crit resistance and crit damage. Other than that, it's got it all. Let's take out another resource, see if anyone comes for me. Yeah, I mean, you can see the damage. I know they're NPCs. I'm not trying to be sad or anything, but yeah, like you can see the damage is it's working well. Just got to apply that Vampire's Bane for the Major Prophecy and Savagery. Like I said, you're touching around just over 7k, I think it is spell damage. Like I said, once you hit them with the Onslaught and you get the full pen, then you know that's you good to go. Basically, they're going to go down with a beam. It's just all about timing. Yeah, you feel fairly solid, and without Vampire as well, which is not easy. Even though Vampire is not as significant as it once was because it was nerfed, 30% was just insane. So the 15% I do feel is a happy medium. This guy don't want to attack me today. Keeps chaining me. Overpowered guards. Go to full will. Bloody Dragon Knights, eh? Someone's taken a scroll. Where's the scroll then? Was it us that took it? We've got all the scrolls, haven't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Yeah, so like I said, Templar can work quite well it's not in the best places, but they said the healing and defense is very good. And like I said, guys, I would definitely highly recommend the remembrance on back bar for the major protection, and it just gets you out of so many tricky situations. If you're with a really bad team in BGs, you can just pop that, you know, just go on defensive more rather than offensive. Just gets you out of so many near death scenarios. I think that's really underused, that as a Templar ultimate. You can also use the other one where you can move. The other morph lets you move. Is there ESO account buying you know of? I think you can. I wouldn't know how you'd go about that though. I probably wouldn't recommend it either. Or you just want to switch to PC or something, because this is my account on PC, and I was always put off from switching from Xbox to PC because yeah, they're just like starting everything fresh. It is really daunting. But if you just do one character and you need to get to say 160 CP, get a couple of bits, you know, like the Oaken Soul and Talk, it's going to take you 2 months, and then, you know, maybe a month if you're really aggressive. But yeah, obviously if you want to do like 10 characters and that, it does get a bit, it's just lengthy, isn't it? But yeah, just I've done like 3 characters on PC. I'm happy with that. Let's just check some armor bits a minute quickly, see if we can do. Yeah, I mean, well, maybe not. Straight into a BG. Yeah, like I said, the triple infused on the jewellery is crazy. The damage is crazy, but it might be a little overkill. I normally just go infused because I'm greedy. Bloodthirsty's nice. Triune, push all your bars up. I do like running Triune, that's great to maximise your sort of stat bars. Run that on a lot of builds. Yeah, I don't think you get minor false on any passives. You get the crit 10% there, which is nice. Minor protection. The burning light passive is good. Get the minor sorcery buff. Yeah, I have to switch to PC now. I have to grind it all again. Yeah, I mean, what I did was, yeah, I said I just said, you know what, I'm only going to do a few characters, which I did. I think I just done Dragon Star Arena, and I just sort of farmed mythics that I hadn't had on my main account, like the Talk and Death Dealers. That was the 2 I went for, and the Oaken Soul, which I did admittedly have on Xbox. And just done a few characters, and then once you get to 160 CP, you know, you can go into BGs and stuff. You know, do the PvP bits, and that's where I've pretty much been. Just yeah, I wouldn't. When people say like, "Oh, I've switched," you can't really fully switch without doing like a year's play to get everything back that you had. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend that unless you want to, of course, and you're going to completely abandon your old account. Just like yeah, just do a few characters, get to 160, you're all good. and then the CP will just come in time as you play. I'm just glad Battlegrounds doesn't include CP, because that would be annoying then, because then you'd feel like you'd have to grind to like 1,000 and beyond before you could even play, unless you're like super competent. We need one more player. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. It's just the crit resistance and crit damage is the only slight downfall, but I just feel with every build there's always some sort of pitfall. You can never make a perfect build unless of course you run Nightblade. They don't have any downfalls. I've put together a Nightblade build that I will be releasing on Xbox. I'm still tinkering with it, but it's just crazy. You can just push everything on Nightblade. It is really the ultimate class. Sorcerer's a close second, but with Nightblade, it's just I've made a build that just has. It's got 150% crit damage, nearly 50% crit chance, super high recoveries. You know, decent stat bars, crazy damage, crazy resistances, crazy crit resistance. It's just everything, absolutely everything Nightblade has. It's just the best class if you can handle it 2-bar. Really insane. I don't think there's any pitfalls with a Nightblade if you build properly. It is really the most OP class for like pure stats. Like the stat sheet is just crazy. With any other class, it's always lacking something, but that just does not lack anything. Oh, what happened there? Did I get the kill? No, I did not. Deep Fisher, 15k almost, what the hell? Maybe someone's a crit cat, I'll say, I don't know. Yeah, mobility, you're more sort of a stationary fighter with this, but yeah, you could definitely spice this up with a bit of swift. I said even with Nightblade they've got the movement speed and all, it's just it has everything on their toolkit. Did we just get bombed? Yeah, I ain't tanking that. Oh, I ain't got me buffs up. Whoa. Oh, we haven't got a player, we lost a player as well. It's so fast. Speed is king. Is the match over already? What the hell? Domination just... I think the points are too much on it. I think they should make the flags not give you as many points, because it's over so quickly. Look, gone. Damn. That was a quick old BG. 2 minutes. But yeah, I think I'll leave it there, guys. With the stream, just want to give you a little taster of the talk. It's running really well. I just need to play it a bit more, get a bit more used to it. Button mash a little bit less. But yeah, you can definitely run without Vampire. Would it be better with Vampire? Probably. But it's nice to not have to feel the need to desperately put that on. Yeah, it's a really good build. Yeah, guys, catch me in the next stream. I've got a few more builds and videos dropping soon as well. I'll see you in the next one.